requirements provided for the open public tax have been satisfied. Notice of speaking was properly given by transmission to the Asbury Park Press, and the two times and by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing with the Township Clerk on January 7, 2022. Woman Kratz. Here. Committeeman Sedembrine.
Here.
Mayor Python.
Here.
Mayor Perry.
Here.
Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice.
Worldwide criminal constitutions, freedoms, and life. Items next generally. Purpose with EMS. At this time, I'd like EMS Chief Boyd Goldstein, York Sauer, and Captain Scott Agusti to please join us on the
Tom, you know the routine. All right, so, well, first of all, good evening, everybody. Wonderful to see everybody. Feels like it's been a little while since the township committee meeting. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but it feels like a little bit longer than that. But the only problem is I run out of frames because Tom Somerville would like need one for every meeting that, you know. But we're here tonight to once again honor a great volunteer, a man I've come to know over many years, and I had a surprise for him that, you know, at Middletown Day he says, "Hey, stop by field comps for me." Well, you know, Middletown Day, I'm going around and I forget. First thing he says to me is, "Hey, you never came to talk to me at field comps, you know, at Middletown Day." But you know, the work and effort that Tom puts in, it is obvious by the fact that this is now the second time this year that we've been here to honor Mr. Somerville for his incredible volunteerism here in the township of Middletown. You know, it is undoubtedly the most humbling thing from my position, from our position up here on the dais, to work day in and day out with so many incredible volunteers, people who leave their jobs, leave their families, and who at a moment's notice go to assist individuals, fellow residents in need. And Tom, not only from a fire side, but now from a EMT side, has been doing that now for 50 years. Tom, congratulations, my friend. So since Tom got his key to the township, we were sitting here thinking, you know, okay, well, he's got a key. The gates only need to the city, only need one key, right? And he's already got one for that. So what can we do for Tom? And I'm very honored today that the Township Committee and I are hereby proclaiming that this day, October 17, 2022, forever be known as Tom Somerville Day in the Township of Middletown. I can't do him any better than that. I mean, he's already got the key. But before we go any further, Chief, you want to say a few words? Anybody want to say a few words? I'm throwing you on the spot. I did not give you, I mean, I have the whole bio here if you want to read this, you know.
Actually, I started 20 years ago, 20 is 50. First 5 years of becoming an EMT, I learned more about EMS in those 2 years than I learned in the last 15 from him. So he taught me a lot as an EMT.
I'd just like to say, you know, sometimes you get a few decades in and you kind of figure I can take it easy a little bit, but Tom hasn't let up. It's been a solid 50 years. on the EMS side of the house and the fire side of the house. He's still making big contributions. Thank you, Tom. I don't think there's anything I could add to that.
Well, Tom, on behalf of the Grateful Township Committee, on behalf of all of our 68,000 residents and the decades of individuals that not only you have helped train, you have served alongside, that you have helped in their time of need, this township owes you a debt of gratitude we'll never be able to repay, but we're incredibly grateful that we get to call you our own. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Raven? You know, it's like school pictures. You're always in a weird, you know, position. All right, let's give it up for Tom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next item on tonight's agenda. Township Green Business Award 2022. Invite Green Street Joinery owners Jeff Crew and Rob Barone, and Middletown Recycling and Clean Communities Coordinator Jesse Tassino to join their parade.
So, so let me, we built a whole town hall, so we didn't have a crowd up here. So let me start off by saying, I think it was 2019, right? 2019, we were, my first year as mayor, and it was, Jesse was at that time working in our communications office, and we were promoting the small businesses all around the township. And I got, I think someone forwarded to me, like on social media, and forwarded your information. And right over by Food Town, right, in Port Monmouth, is Green Street Joinery. So we set the whole thing up. I'm ready to go over there. We head over, and you know, normally I'm like, you know, when you go in, oftentimes Laura or Tara or Raven, you know, at that time Jesse will be like, okay, you have X amount of time. This is how much time. And they would look at me and, Mayor, just to be clear, this is how much time you have, okay? I didn't want to leave. We got in there, and it just, I sat there as a kid, right? And but I sat there all my childhood, right? And my dad was obsessed with watching This Old House. So I would sit there and I would watch Nami and Bob Vila and all those guys, right? And they would all be in there doing such unbelievable work, right? But it's TV. But as a kid, you don't realize that, you know, when it's all redone and beautiful and every corner is perfect, right? It's perfectly square. But I walk into their shop, and I am just instantly amazed at the work that Green Street Joinery was doing. And just taken away by the attention to detail. Because as consumers, we want the Amazon, what's fastest, what can get here in 2 days, what is going to satisfy what I need today. With Green Street Joinery, it's the opposite of that. It is love in every single piece of wood, every single cabinet, every single table that you do. I'm running out of time already. This isn't the opposite. But I just fell in love with the fact that this was happening in Middletown. That somebody, because you look at the historical homes in Middletown, and while yes, they need updates and care, there was pride in what they built. They were being built to last. And what you are doing with reclaimed wood, what you're doing with all sorts of materials. I follow you on Instagram and I'm just blown away by the care and effort that you put into every single piece that you put out there on the street. And watching it, sometimes I'm a little scared for you guys when you're installing. Where did you guys install the confessionals?
And Anthony Spadua.
Okay.
Webex.
You want to talk about being fearful for somebody through a phone? Watching on Instagram, I'm like, how's this gonna happen? And I was just like, man, they did it, you know? And then they just recently bought a forklift. And I'm like, that would have come in handy, you know? But it is incredible to see a company that's not only doing it the right way, but doing it sustainably and having sustainability at heart. So since I was told that my time on the floor is over, I am going to quickly turn it over to our sustainability coordinator, Jesse, to just quickly run through why we've selected Green Street to be our recipient of this award.
Well, it was pretty easy, actually. Since Tony and I visited you guys 2 years ago, I think we were both so impressed with you and what you were doing. And when we were speaking to you then, you spoke about how you create multi-generational pieces, and you're not into the stuff that gets thrown into landfills. And you use the non-VOC finishes, is that correct? You were adamant about that back then. So when it came time to give the award this year, you guys were right on. And when I sent you the email, we just reviewed over the things that Tony and I kind of already knew. And we've been so proud to have you guys as part of Middletown. So
Thanks.
good example for other businesses in town, and we're happy to honor you with this.
So, before we began the township committee meeting, I was talking about, they gave me a certificate when I came, and that they had planted 10 trees in my honor when I came to their shop 5 years ago. And they said, well, I said, I still have it. I still have it up in my office. And they said, well, we still have the award that you gave us. So I hope we can find space for this one as well. But today, the Township of Middletown is very honored to present its Green Business Award for 2022 to Green Street Joinery. Your business has earned this award by making sustainable choices that have a positive impact on our planet, such as choosing lumber that's native and sustainably harvested, building multi-generational pieces that reduce waste, and using chemical-free finishes. Your commitment to sustainability has helped our community become more environmentally friendly, and we thank you for the efforts to help preserve the beauty of our town for future generations. Guys, congratulations.
I guess one thing, like green is kind of a double entendre. So we're big fans of the Green brothers, who are they're some of the most famous early 20th century American designers. And then the other part is green, like the sustainability part. So yeah, it's been since the beginning.
Means a lot to us, actually, because it's really part of our mission, business. We recognize for it, and here in our hometown, thank everybody.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys. Thanks. And stuff. Everybody's. Yeah. In the back, in the back. Yeah, awesome.
Continuing on with the agenda, we have some proclamations for the record. A proclamation recognizing October 2022 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month in the Township of Middletown. Recognizing November 11, 2022 as Veterans Day in the Township of Middletown. Recognizing November 2022 as Native American Heritage Month in the Township. We have the approval of minutes for September 19, 2022, regular meeting and October 3rd, 2022 workshop meeting.
Motion to approve. Second.
Committeewoman Kratz,
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hyde,
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt the minutes. Minutes, 2022-3357, an ordinance authorizing township clerk to act as issuing authority as to bingo and raffle licenses.
Motion to introduce. Second.
Kratz, yes. Committeeman Sedambrino,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hyde,
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held November 21st, 2022. To pull the consent agenda, resolution 22-265 for a separate vote. We have amending resolution authorizing and directing the planning preliminary redevelopment investigation along the Route 36 corridor to include additional properties, block 255, lot 12, and block 534, lot 7 in the preliminary.
Motion to approve the consent agenda. I'm sorry. Sorry. Motion to approve the separate resolution. That's 22-265.
Committeewoman Kratz, yes. Committeeman Sedambrino,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hyde,
Recuse.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass resolution 22-265 with recusal noted. This time, I'd like to ask the Township Committee to adopt a consent agenda, which would include 22-264 and 22-266 through 22-272 and bingo raffle applications.
Motion approved. Second. Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hyde,
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt consent agenda. This time, any comments?
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just two things tonight. Want to congratulate Tom Somerville for his 50 years of service. So we add up all the awards that he got, that make him 122. So he looks pretty good. But that's fantastic when we have that level of service here in Middletown, and it keeps repeating itself over and over again. I'm honored to be a part of the township that has members to volunteer their time selflessly like that. The only other comment is with regard to Green Street joinery, to find businesses, Mayor, that you've located in town, and Jesse is located in town, that perform sustainable functions is just fantastic. When I went to architecture school 6 years ago, they required us to take a shop class. So you had to learn how to work with wood, and it was once a semester. And it really taught you to respect and honor the product and be sustainable. So I can certainly identify with that, and my wife and I are lead AP in terms of the projects that we do in our office. So to know that there are companies like that here in Middletown, just fantastic. So it's great, and congratulations to Green Street Joinery. That's all I have for this evening, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Committeewoman Kratz.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to congratulate an organization, Skin for Life, that held a fundraiser to benefit Oasis Farms, and that both of them are nonprofits, and under My Skin for Life raised $12,500 for Oasis Farms. And Oasis Farms is a really special place in Middletown that helps employ and offer programming for our adults with autism. So that was really a pleasure to attend that with the mayor. Also, the mayor and I hosted the Girl Scout troops actually it was last week, and we had a ball. So they participated in a mock township committee meeting, and also they were up here on the dais and got an idea and a feel for how their local government worked, and that we really enjoyed it. We had a great time with them. And just also, I'd like to echo the same sentiments and congratulate Tom Somerville for 50 years of service is something to be really proud of, and we certainly are proud of his service to our community. So thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thinking, yes, I completely forgot. I was sitting up here and I was actually thinking about the Girl Scouts were up here and they were competing, trying to win each other's votes over here. And they were creating a trading card memorabilia store that sells pizza. And the one girl said that the pizza would cost $1.50. Well, another girl had raised the question, but how can you sustain a business on $1.50 pizza? And so she's like, you know what, you're right. So we're going to make it $4.99. And I was like, this is some expensive slices of pizza up here. But a business model that Colleen likes. Definitely May.
Just give a shout out to Tom again, not only 50 years in the fire service and still responding to calls all the time. Is that correct, Chief, back there? Still coming all the time. When I served, he was always there. And then 50 years in the first aid is just another amazing task that he's completed. I mean, it's just amazing. I want to give a shout out to the mayor. This past week, he received the Good Scout Award. Pretty amazing event that I got to attend and be a part of. Tony's done a lot for the Scouts, and for them to pull him up and recognize him as they did was just pretty amazing. So definitely want to say congratulations, and that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Just a couple things. I want to congratulate No Limits Cafe, held their second annual 5K over the weekend. It was great to be with them, kick off the weekend with their 5K. I can't say enough about Stephanie and Mark. They're just stellar people. And to be able to have that event over the weekend, second annual, just great to see. Community Firehouse. The chief and I spent a lot of time with each other over the weekend at several different events. But Community Firehouse, congratulations to them. 100 years of serving, Leonardo serving the township of Middletown. A lot to be proud of, a strong tradition over at Community Firehouse, and it was great to see everybody come together. I was there with the deputy mayor and Community Clerk, as well as our sheriff, our Commissioner Director, Tom Arnone, Commissioner Duraco was there. So it was a great community event to come out and see. Everybody come and pay tribute to those who have been really serving our community for a century now. And, we were fortunate to be able to do that a week earlier at Fort Monmouth, which was also another wonderful event. So to be able to see all these different firehouses, the weekend before that, we were at River Plaza for their barrel bucks. So it's been a great 3-4 weeks celebrating our fire department. East Keensburg's next week. Oh, but they're 100 years. Yeah, definitely. I want to congratulate Father Kegley at St. Mary's. Yesterday, the bishop came down and had a very nice ceremony over at the old St. Mary's Church, where it was, and John was there helping out, where the bishop came down and designated it as a shrine. And it was great to see hundreds of people coming out and that maybe no longer live in town, but came back for St. Mary's, which was wonderful to see. So congratulations to Father Jeff, everybody over at St. Mary's. It was a very nice ceremony. And then I just want to say, bear with me, 3 other things. I want to thank the Boy Scouts. I was very honored to receive the Good Scout Award. Not because you get this, trophy and everybody's talking about you and all that good stuff. That's not what it's about. It's about reinvesting in the young people. And I've said that for, 4 years as mayor now, about investing in the leadership of young people. And whether that's through the Scouts, whether that is through school, whether that's through sports. Being leaders in your community does not mean sitting up here at the dais with a nameplate in front of you, holding the title of mayor. It's about just doing good in your community. And if we can continue to inspire young people to do good in our communities, do good in our towns, in our state, in our country, then we'll be a success. Because the best thing that we can do is pass along that sense of duty and that sense of need when it comes to doing good for your town and for the people that are around you. So I really appreciate everybody that came. I appreciate the honor from the Eastern Council. Last week, we held a very small but very beautiful ceremony over at our 9/11 Gardens, where we planted the survivor tree that was given to us by the Parks Department of New York City. That happened over at our 9/11 Memorial Gardens. I would encourage everybody to go over. This is the first clone that has been given to any other municipality or any other entity. And this now gorgeous tree sits right where it should. For several months, it had sat outside of our police station, closely watched 24 hours a day by our police until we found the appropriate time to plant it. But there was a tremendous amount of people that were involved in making that a success. And, to Ted and his team, Gal, who were able to, Vic, who worked with me to find the right location. Maybe I didn't pick fast enough, but it wasn't a decision that we had to rush because this beautiful tree is meant to fulfill the same phrase that I hear from every 9/11 family, and that is of hope. And that survivor tree fulfills that. We, fulfill our promise to never forget, and this tree is that growth that out of something so tragic, something beautiful can occur. So that survivor tree being planted over there is beautiful. And to have the Tejan family, Kenny Tejan's parents there who just so happened by chance. And if you don't believe in fate, that's fine. But Janice Tejan called up the mayor's office and said that she had a flag that she wanted to donate to the township. And it was an American flag, and it has all the names of those killed on September 11, 2001 listed on it. And she called the day before we were set to plant that tree. So I turned to Laura and I said, call her back and see if she could be there the next day. And there she was. I got there and the Tejan family was there. So if you want to believe in fate, if you want to believe in hope, you got evidence of it right there. Finally, and I'm sure you're all like, thank God. Don't laugh, Frank. I'm going to be strict on your 5 minutes, buddy. Finally, I just want to say this. This is the final township committee meeting prior to election day. And obviously my colleagues, Kevin and Rick, are up. But I want to, once again this year, just tell everybody to make sure that they get out and vote. Exercise your duties, exercise your rights that you are given, and cast that ballot. I know that people sit out there and say that their vote doesn't matter. That's not the point. Go out there and vote. You may not vote for the person that wins. You may not vote. You may not like the person that you're voting for all that much. I like it. But the one thing that you can do is to make sure you get out there and vote and exercise the right that so many people have fought and died for. It's the least you can do. So please, election day is November 8th. Early voting starts on October 29th. And our early voting location is Croydon Hall,
Gymnasium.
in the gymnasium. So, if you're not somebody that gets a vote by mail and you can't make it on November 8th, you have until October 29th till November 7th, I assume, November 6th? November 6th, because they don't do it the day before. To vote, and if you can't do it any of those days, you have November 8th from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. I knew that. But please get out there and vote. All right, that's it for me. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment can come up and do so. We ask that you keep your comments to 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll let you know that you have 1 minute remaining. We just ask that you state your name and address for the record. With that being said, any member of the public wishing to make a public statement? Yeah, John, come on up. And John, before you begin, I'm sorry, I lied. I'm going to say one other thing. The Veterans Open House at the VFW Post 2179 is occurring on October 22nd, and the Veterans Day Parade, just so everybody knows, is taking place on Sunday, October 6th. So we have a Veterans Open House on Saturday, October 22nd from 1 to 4 at VFW Post 2179. And then the Veterans Day Parade will be taking place on Sunday, November 6th. So thank you, Laura. John, how you doing today?
John Spinelli, 91 Burlington Avenue, Leonardo. Before I begin to talk about what I was going to talk about, I just want to thank Mayor Perry and all the committee men who attended the chapel dedication yesterday. It was a really nice event, and just as a parishioner, it means a lot that you took some time out of your Sunday morning just to come and just be part of the ceremony. So I want to thank you for that. It's certainly one of our pretty beautiful symbols in Middletown. So just wanted to mention that. I want to ask today about introducing an ordinance of sale of acquisition, or at least just trying to look into the property that I was talking about. It's block 372, lot 13 and 6 on Monmouth Avenue in Leonardo. I got some copies here too, just to have the rush. But
bring them right around to Rob. Thanks, Rob.
I just wanted to mention that because it's at least to my knowledge, nothing really is going on with it. It's wooded land and it's right across the street from marina owned property. So I thought I wanted to mention that and just something to look into with as in one of the acquisitions. Yeah.
There's a house currently there, isn't there? Or no?
No, there isn't. It's all wooded. I tried to print the satellite map, but it was giving me some trouble.
We'll look at it. I mean, you have the block and lot number here, so that's great. Let me take a look at it, and maybe we can Tone put it on the open space committee's agenda.
That's tomorrow, right?
Thanks, Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right, so can you add that to the agenda, Tone? We'll discuss it on there, if that's all right with you, all right?
Yes.
I'll take a look at it myself, though.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, John. Any other member of the public wishing to make a public statement? Frank's smiling at me. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tony.
You know, Frank, what did you win at the Belford?
I'm very surprised at that.
You had your beautiful car over there, beautiful red car.
Yes.
I didn't think Committeewoman Kratz was going to be able to wedge her husband away from any of these vehicles. But congratulations, my friend. All right, any other member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Yeah, Don, come on down.
Evening, my name's Don Watson, living at 1 Collinson Drive. I see this board resolution on the agenda tonight about the 36 corridor study. What's different between this study and the one that was done a couple of years ago?
It's not a different study. It's just amending, portions of it.
Portions of the previous study.
Correct.
Just add a couple properties to it.
It's adding to it. It's not restarting it in any way, shape, or form.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, no.
That's what I wanted to know.
Okay,
Thank you.
you got it done. Any other member of the public wishing to make a public comment? All right, seeing no other member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and adjourn.
Yes. Committeeman Sedgwick.
Yes.
Trustee Chair
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you all very much.